everyone is kind of tired of knocking doors.
Yeah.
And all of us that did it and transitioned into solar,
Yeah.
all of us are now like, well, the only way we know to acquire customers is knocking doors, or we're even starting to get a little spike in phone sales. So when we start to get the digital marketing, to us, the ones that, started in solar and started building the business, to us, that's new. It's revolutionizing.
What's up, everybody? It's Bernie Olilla, and today I have a very special guest in the den, Mr. Solar himself, Jake Hess. You know him from SolarCon and so many other things in the industry. Jake, what's up, brother? How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Never
Thanks
had a
for
bad
having
day
me.
in my life, man, especially now that you're here.
That's what's up.
Yeah, dude, we got Utah coming up soon, SolarCon.
Yeah, it is in Utah.
Yeah.
SolarCon's fun.
Yeah, I would say so. I hope you say so, too. Well, there's a lot of different solar shows, right? Tell me what makes yours different than all the other ones out there.
Well, yeah, I think there's a couple conferences.
Yeah?
I try not to look at the competition. Every now and then it pops up, but RE Plus is a big one. They're mostly manufacturing, like equipment based.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little bit different. We do have manufacturers and equipment, but we also have the salespeople. We have the software companies, proposals, that sort of stuff. The finance companies.
Mm-hmm.
The conference that we made, SolarCon, is actually an industry conference. So everyone is welcome and invited, and we want everyone to have a good experience. So we bring entertainment, NAPSEP certifications for the contractors to keep getting continuing education points to their license. We try to appeal to all, but it's just our second year. So
we were at the first one. It was awesome, and we're definitely going to be back again this year. A lot of obviously we're a marketing company, so when we go, we're trying to help people grow their businesses. And from where we're sitting, a lot of people in the solar space now, they go about leads. Most of them buy leads, right? And a lot of them do start coming over to us for digital, and the ones that do come stay. So what do you think in terms of like lead gen for people in solar? Is digital a good step for them, or do you think it's a little bit too in its infancy? Tell me about that.
It's funny you say infancy, because that's kind of exactly what I was going to tell you. Yeah. The industry is pretty young. Yeah. I mean, the industry's not young. Solar's been around for a long time, but the way that we look at it and operate in it today is very different than it was even 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago, it was almost as if nobody did it. Now we have thousands and thousands and thousands of people doing this, billions of dollars moving everywhere, government funding it. Like it's a big deal now, right? Yeah. And the solar industry is mostly comprised of door knocking, door knockers. Yeah. Yeah, we did pest control to home security. Now we're doing solar. Yep. I don't know what's going to be next, but when these door knocking industries come in together and they unify on something, they fixate on it, it just explodes. Yeah. And so everyone is kind of tired of knocking doors. Yeah. And all of us that did it and transitioned into solar, all of us are now like, well, the only way we know to acquire customers is knocking doors, or we're even starting to get a little spike in phone sales. So when we start to get the digital marketing, to us, the ones that, started in solar and started building the business, to us, that's new. It's revolutionizing. Yeah. Right?
We're
like, woo!
It's brand new. And I got to tell you, like, not just from like the business side, from working with guys in solar, but just seeing it personally, those are some of the hardest working sales guys or just business people I've ever come across in my life. Like in terms of like how hard they grind with knocking doors.
Is that right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know about you or where you guys are in San Diego where you live, but out here people are always knocking and everything. And when I talk to a lot of them, too, a lot of them get a lot of business from it, and they post about it on their Instagram. So these guys are grinders. They work really hard.
Oh, yeah. I can't even tell you, because I had a solar company. I sold it, but when I had it, I can't tell you how many of our people hit $1 million in door knockers.
That's crazy.
Hitting over $1 million in commission. Yep. Working half the year.
Yeah, half the year.
And, it's just because that's where solar is at right now. It's not always going to be that way. It's not going to be always as fruitful. But digital marketing is definitely going to help with that. Yeah. We have a lot of liability when we send door knockers out. We have a lot of training that we have to do, companies trying to recruit them away, steal them. But with digital, with the digital experience, you own that. It's yours.
You own that experience. We said, well, the person comes right to you when they're looking for it. So that's just on your sales guy, who's already probably an awesome sales guy if he's in solar, to just close the deal up, right?
Yeah. He who controls the leads controls the business.
Yeah, 100%, man. Well, like, I mean, to kind of move away from that a little bit, what are some of the things, like at SolarCon, what are some of the sticky things, the pain points that people are bringing to you? What are you expecting people to like be most interested in when they get there this year?
All right, so those are two different questions. There's two different types of audiences,
I'm throwing
right?
The fastball, so we gotta.
I'm ready. Throw them at me, baby.
Let's go.
No, so some people want to go and get entertained, so we have that element to it. We have a lot of entertainment coming, but some are truly going for the educational standpoint, and we feel like we went lights out on that because we have a very strong pulse on the industry. And because it is relatively new and there's government funding involved, there's a lot of things that constantly change, right? And when these pain points start to happen, when these industry shifts begin to change, and I do mean at a national level, these shifts happen. Our industry, we all want to know how to deal with it. We want to know how everyone else is dealing with it. And this is the first time we've created something that people could come under one roof and learn, okay, how do we collectively do this as an industry? How are you handling it? How are you doing it?
Yeah.
And we get to hear from the most successful. It's awesome.
Yeah, because there's plenty of business out there for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So why not work together and try to get better as an industry, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, and it goes a little deeper than that because, everyone's not all on board with sitting around a fire and singing Kumbaya.
Yeah,
There's
competitive guys out there.
The abundance mentality is relatively new for some of these people that own businesses, right?
Yeah.
They're 50, 60, 40 years old. They're not used to that. Let's have the abundance mentality. I can't imagine telling that to my dad.
Dude, yeah, I know. Some of these old timers too, you're like, oh, he wants to crush the competition. This guy's out for blood. But then there's some guys that, like you said, the abundance mentality, they think, there's more than enough to go around and we can all work together to kind of achieve our mutual goals, right?
Yeah, there's some that have that mentality, and there's some people that have just already made it. They've made it in life. They can stop working.
Yeah.
They're not worried about someone coming and taking their business, and everyone knows who they are, or they're big enough where they're like, if you do, and I think the biggest people have this mentality. Yeah, I'll tell you everything I know, because if you do end up, growing and building your business, then bravo for you. I did it. You can do it.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly, dude. I know there's still spots left at SolarCon, right? People can still register, like to come to the show.
It's sold out.
Vendors?
No, vendors are sold out.
No, not vendors. I mean people to come and attend.
Yes. We still have tickets available for people to come and attend.
Yeah.
The VIP and Platinum tickets are all sold out. But we would love to have as many people there as possible, not just for the conference itself, but when you can put yourself in an environment of an industry that you're working in or want to get in, or if your industry crosses with this industry like real estate or roofing or, when it crosses, this is a place you're going to want to be because it's simply just from the networking aspect alone. We all listen to these books on Audible or read them that says, be around the people that are doing better than you. Well, if this is something that you want to be involved in or another revenue stream you're thinking of, then why wouldn't you be at it, right?
Yeah.
This is the place.
And now I don't have to ask you who should buy the ticket and go, because that's exactly the person that should, right, from the solar side.
I'm not a good authority on that. I keep trying to get my mom to buy a ticket. She won't do it.
Yeah, mine either, man. Tell me about it. Well, anything else you want to talk about here? I know you're a successful guy. You've done a lot of different things in the solar space. You have the academy, right? You run a bunch of different groups. Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, but I did fly out here to Philadelphia, and super stoked. I didn't know who this guy Lance Bachman was.
Oh,
am I allowed to talk about this?
Yeah,
right
Mr.
Now?
Lance Bachman. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know Mr. Lance.
Yeah,
Bachman,
Mr. Lance Bachman himself. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know who he was, and I get approached all the time. This is going to sound silly here in a minute. I get approached all the time of people saying, "Hey, partner up with me. I want to build with you. Let's do this. We can." But then Lance, he talked to me about that today too. He's like, "Look, everyone's wanting to partner up," and I'm like, "Oh, that's a different partner up than I'm getting. Yeah. That's very different, right?" I didn't know what level Lance was at, and he's just a kind, humble, nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's because I did ask him. I took advantage a little bit. I said, "Hey, can you give me some advice on my company?" So he was super kind about it. I was like, "Of course."
Yeah.
And one of the things he said, one of the main things he said was build relationships.
Yeah.
Over and over, build relationships. You got to give.
Yeah.
You can't just be taken from people. I hate when you got to give, build relationships. And I think that goes right along with what I just said. If you want to come to the conference and grow your industry, come and do it. Come and network. And you get to meet with people like Lance. If I didn't fly to Philadelphia, I would have known who he was. I would have been like one of the biggest. The guy's worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I had no idea. And he's talking to me just like we're talking now.
Yes. You wouldn't know that he's as successful as he is because it's like a mindset for him. Like people say that corny stuff about success, he rent it, do every day. He like lives it. That's his life.
Yeah.
You know?
He just it's his hobby.
Yeah, it's his hobby. It's what he loves doing. But he's right. The relationship thing is super important. So we're glad to be, I guess, starting a relationship with you and your guys here on the When I Say side. I don't know if we're going to put that in the podcast or not, but you know that. Well, before we kind of split here, we gave you a cheesesteak earlier. How was it?
I didn't even know what to expect.
Yeah.
I've heard about them. You hear about a Philly cheesesteak, right?
Yeah.
You hear about them, but we tried to get them in San Diego.
Yeah.
They're not this good.
It's not the same.
I am not joking. I'm not just saying this because I'm on this podcast. I am literally saying this is the best Philly cheesesteak I have ever had. The bread, I'm not. This isn't a Food Network, but I'm just saying you should try it when you come here.
Yeah, try the Philly cheesesteak. Hit us up here at 1SEO, man. Well, listen, Jake, thanks for stopping in, brother. I appreciate it. I know you're busy. We did a lot of filming today. A lot of cool stuff coming up at SolarCon. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you coming out, and we look forward to working with you more.
Thank you. I look forward to it as well.
My pleasure, man.